I'm excited to have you back. And some of you said that you are also excited about this course. So it's a happy, I'm happy that you guys came back to school. And I know some of you might have had a very difficult time during the summer working. And I don't know, God forbid, I hope that your family member are all safe. Over the summer, my friend's grandmother went to heaven due to COVID-19. And I'm originally from South Korea, and my brothers in South Korea might have to file for bankruptcy because of this tough COVID-19 situation. So I know it's a really tough situation for you guys to do your business or work and prepare for work. I'm also sorry that last year, graduates they might have had a very difficult time to find jobs. So it's all tough situation. I feel for it. But nevertheless, I'm happy that you came back to school and continuing to your education. And I hope this COVID-19 situation will subside very soon. So let me introduce myself to you. And I earned my doctorate degree in 2009 from the University of Toledo. I majored in manufacturing management, and my undergraduate major was in economics. I wanted to learn what the world is like, how the world is operating, and dealing with the money. So that's why I majored in economics. And afterward, I came to the United States and earned master's degree in economics. And the program was set up to be done in a year. So amazingly, I finished my master's degree in a year. And then my mentors said, why don't you change your major to business and pursue education in business rather than economics? And I thought about it, and I listened to him and changed my major to business and did my master's degree in management information systems. And afterward, I went to PhD program and did my PhD there. And looking back, I think that was one of my good decisions that I have made. And I'm grateful that I had that mentor who advised me to change my major. So down the road, you may be faced with important decisions in your life, such as career change or direction changes. And sometimes it's good to change your directions. And in 2006, I decided to get this certification in Six Sigma Black Belt because I am teaching this course, Improving Business Processes. I earned Green Belt like in 2004, but I did not have Black Belt. And I was encouraging students to at least get certified in Six Sigma and earned Green Belt. And one day, one student said to me, "Yeah, what belt are you?" And I said, I'm a Green Belt." And I realized I need to study more and become certified in Black Belt. So I decided to go for it, studied very hard, and passed it in that year. I'm very glad that I did. And since then, I helped a few students to take this challenge and pass for it. Last year, one student was certified in Green Belt. Two MBA students were certified. Before that, 3 students were certified in Green Belt. So I was very glad to see them taking the challenge and getting certified and finding their career in that area. So Six Sigma is applied not only in manufacturing area, but also logistics and supply chain and healthcare industry. So if you like to, you can talk to me and I can guide you how to apply for and prepare for this exam. My office is in Business Hall, but most likely I'll be staying online. So you can contact me online. My email is right here, rowan.edu. I would encourage you to use Canvas. There's office hours that I created on Canvas, and there you can ask questions and I can answer there. In that way, we have one form of communication, and other students can also benefit from reading those questions that you asked and I answered. So from the replies, they can read it. So in that way, we can be all on the same page. So I would appreciate if you use that office hours on Canvas as the primary mean for communication. You can also email me in an emergency or other personal things that you want to talk to me. You can use my email. And as you see, this is my WebEx. And the office hours are right after this course, so 11 to 12, Monday and Wednesday, and 2 to 3 p.m. on Wednesday. So I'm going to be on WebEx, and you can make an appointment with me or simply try to come in and see what happens. And if you want to see me besides these hours, you can make an appointment with me too. Okay, here is the profile from LinkedIn. I encourage you to connect to me via LinkedIn. And by the way, I was promoted to full professor this year, so I'm going to change my title from associate professor to full professor this year. And here are my research that I have been doing. If you go to Google Scholar, you will see all the list of my researches. And thankfully, this summer, one paper was accepted for publication, and I'm very thankful for that. And I'm continuing to do my research on supply chain risk management and business analytics. Okay, here's the textbook on Introduction to Six Sigma and Process Improvement. This is the second edition and written by James R. Evans and William Lindsay. One student asked me whether this is available on Amazon, and I looked up. It is there, and I put the link up on the syllabus too. It's not mandatory for you to have this, but if you want to learn Six Sigma in depth, I encourage you to buy and have that and study along with it. And here is the supplementary book of Six Sigma. This one gives you very good understanding of what Six Sigma is. And if you are interested in Six Sigma and learn more about it, then I encourage you to learn that. Here's the course description. So this course focuses on Six Sigma. Six Sigma, if you took operations management, I believe you learned the lean management, right? And you also learned how important it is to achieve good quality. So quality management, statistical process control, inventory management, all those things you should have learned from your operations management course. Six Sigma is more scientific approach of managing quality and improving the processes systematically. And the difference between Six Sigma from other quality management tool is because it's a scientific methodology. It uses statistics a lot, and it develops and collects data a lot and make data-driven decisions. And this has been populated by Motorola, and then many companies like DuPont have been using Six Sigma heavily. And for example, DuPont has their own Six Sigma system and train their employees to be certified in Six Sigma from green belt to black belt. So that's that approach we are learning in this course. The characteristics of Six Sigma is that it aims at error-free business environment. It wants to fulfill and reach the full potential of business and a person's capability. So in that sense, it's quite unique and a popular method, and we are going to discuss that together in this course. And learning goals, I have 3 learning goals here. The first learning goal is to understand how to apply Six Sigma and Lean tools to achieve higher quality and greater speed in business processes. And I want to emphasize here processes. We have a perspective to look at things from personal point of view. Oh, that product's good. Or, oh, that person is good. Oh, the outcome of the work is good. That's how we look at quality. But Six Sigma teaches us to look at things from different perspective. That's process view. In other words, an outcome is never an outcome standalone. However, it is an outcome of a process. It goes through some kind of processes and it arrives at that outcome. So we want to learn how to improve the processes so that we can control the outcome. That's the process view of the quality management. For example, if you think of Apple, and they came up with really brilliant products such as iPad and iPhone and iPod, MacBook series. Those are all excellent programs and products. And the question is, oh wow, how did they achieve such an excellent products themselves? And we all know how they have done that. But Six Sigma looks at from different angle. We say, yeah, they achieved that goal because they had a unique and different processes than the other companies, such as they emphasize design more than just quality of making things, right? Making things efficient, making things fast, making things without defects, right? Those things, they did not emphasize those things. In fact, those products are made outside of the United States. They don't really control manufacturing at all. What they focused on was design thinking. Oh, we want to make something quite different from the products and computers and phones being offered elsewhere right now, right? That was the approach that they had. So the approach that they had was, yeah, we have to think heavily and take care of manufacturing and distribution later. That is their approach in the beginning. And as their idea took off, manufacturing and logistics came into right places because they outsourced it and managed their supply chains very well later. So the process was quite different. For example, when you are thinking of GPA, wow, Adrian has very high GPA. And Robert, I don't know if you have high GPA or Roosevelt, has a lower GPA. Then, oh yeah, Adrian is smart, that's why. We don't say that from Six Sigma point of view. We say that, oh, Adrian might have a different processes of studying it. Robert might not have that process to study that. So what process Adrian is using to achieve high GPA, whereas Robert is not using or missing, right? We want to find that out, break this process down into subcomponents and drill down continuously until we reach the root causes of that matter and improve that from there. So that's the approach of Six Sigma, and business process view is quite different from other views. The second thing is we want to understand the Six Sigma DMAIC process and tools at a fundamental level. So DMAIC stands for define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So you will learn these 5 phases throughout this semester, and you will not forget it because we are going to repeat it many, many times. So you will not forget it. So we are going to learn what these are and how to do this DMAIC processes together. The third thing is understanding the roles and approaches for Lean and Six Sigma implementation in business. So breaking down all these processes is one thing, and implementing that into our own businesses is another, because we face, for example, lack of resources, right? So yeah, I want to do all the initiatives, but I don't have the resources. And therefore we have to focus on one component of that. So how shall we implement these recommendations that we'll learn together in this course? So student responsibility. Um, I hope that you don't miss this course. And if you miss more than three classes, it might be difficult for you to catch up. So that's what I'm afraid of. And that will result in poor attendance grade. And this class is assignment heavy class, and you will be busy. I know, I'm sorry for Laura, who is taking 6 classes, but this course is assignment heavy, and I want you to catch up with assignment well. And I know this is online class, and I'm delivering this remotely, so I don't have control over your internet surfing or texting. However, for your learning, I encourage you not to be sidetracked and focus on this class. Okay, here's the evaluation structure. I'm going to give you 2 exams, a midterm and final exam, 15% each. And we have project presentation. Notice that project is more heavily weighted than exam, so 25%. And we have a term project progress report presentation, term project presentation, and term project report. So there are 3 components. And we have a project poster, which is 10%. So in total, 35% is project. And the reason is because this is very hands-on class, and we all learn by doing. So that's why I am emphasizing project here. Techno minute presentation is about learning new technologies that are revamping existing processes and bringing in innovative disruption to the industry. So I want you guys to do research about this and make a presentation on it. Assignment, I'm going to give you assignment and you will need to do it, and that's 20% of your grade. Class participation, 5%. And this, on your right, is a grading scale. Here is a Six Sigma green belt exam. You cannot go for black belt right away. You can, but it'll be too challenging for you. So my encouragement is to take green belt exam first. So if you are interested in, let me know. And I'm going to give you extra credit and guidance. And it is costly. I think you have to pay $300 something for registration. And for the book, it costs you about $120 for book materials and everything. And however, if you prepare and pass for this test, there is a merit, because if you look up like monster.com and other job placement website, you will see that Six Sigma is a popular certification that they are looking at, especially in logistics industry or management as well. Let me talk about term project presentation report, and you will follow define, measure, analyze, improve, and control phases. That's a DMAIC process again, and that's a Six Sigma. And define phase. So what do you do in define phase? In define phase, I would say in these 5 phases of Six Sigma, define phase is the most important and critical phase, where you are going to observe and choose a business problem and approach it from process improvement perspective. So you want to observe it very carefully, and you want to spend a lot of time from observation. Some people Oh yeah, our business is uh, suffering from um, wait time. The wait time is too long, and we need to figure it out. And you know, the trucking company. Oh, it might be because um, it's a scheduling issue. The scheduling is not done properly. That's why it is being done. So they, go from observation into conclusion very quickly. So, oh, we have problem. This is solution. That's our usual approach, but that's not right. We have to spend a lot of time in defining, observing the problem very well. So observe the problem, give sufficient time to observe it and talk with the people and write it down. Or even if also you can just video record the process and try to translate that into text and analyze it carefully so that you understand all the perspectives, owner's perspective, trucker's perspective, and the customer's point of perspective, and administrators' perspective, regulators' perspective. You want to hear all their opinions and understand the stakeholders' view carefully. That's what you want to do in define phase. I would say the success of your project depends on the quality of your define quality. Define phase, what kind of work you did in define phase will determine the outcome of your project. So I would strongly encourage you to spend the time when you are doing a teamwork. It is often the case, especially in this challenging setting, one person doing everything. One person, say Ryan, is who is it? Karima. Karima is she has her parent has a trucking company, and she wants to observe the processes and share that with all her team members, and then do everything. I would encourage you to come together, not just relegate all the responsibilities to one person, but work together with a person. Two or three, or even all the members go together, spend the time at least for define phase, and then divide the work together. I think that I encourage you to do in this term project define phase. And if you have done all that, then now you're going to come up with as is process chart. You will be able to accurately define what is as is process and share that with your team members and improve that, and then finally present that as is process. Also, you can draw a value stream map that is relevant to as is process. As is process is just the number of things or activities that are going through for your processes. But value stream mapping is that which one is more important than the other. For example, when you are studying uh, at school, what is more important? Is it taking classes or doing homework? Is it studying for exam or having discussion with the professor or your team member? What is more important? What is value adding? Some people say, oh, taking classes of no use. So for me, value adding activity is actually just to read a book myself. That's what people say. So you want to understand what is really value adding activity in this business, right? For trucking business, you could say, yeah, every Monday we have a meeting with all the truckers. They have to come to office and we talk together and have a short breakfast and talk about the difficulties that we have and challenges and things to do in this month or in this week. And that has been really value adding activity for our business, right? So you want to find it out, right? Those things you want to find out and draw value stream mapping, and that's going to be like outcome of this business process improvement. Once you do that, now the most important thing is here. One of the important things is reconceptualizing the process map. So, is there any other way for us to do business differently? Can we have any process to reconceptualize completely? Can we do it more revolutionary? That's reconceptualizing the process map. And there will be the most challenging work. You can do define phase, drawing as is, and value stream mapping easily, not easily, but it's time consuming, but you can do it. But reconceptualization, it takes inspirations, it takes innovation to do that. So that's the most challenging thing for you to do. And if you do that, you will successfully um, um, innovate your process and deliver product or service to your customers successfully. So define phase, you have three components to define. Who are my customers? That's the first thing that you want to define. Second thing is, what is the process to deliver this product or service to customers that you want to define? And what are the problems that we are facing? So you have three components to define under define phase. And if you have done that, then you understand unmet needs of the customers. What are the unmet needs that we have to really deliver to customers? And you will also understand inspirations. When you understand unmet needs, you have inspiration. Oh yeah, we have to meet these unmet needs of customers through this inspiration. And if you have inspirations, then now you have new perspectives on the problem and processes. So those three things will go together only when you did observation and definition of customer, process, and problems together. And then, if you have done that, now you are in the position to reconceptualize the process. And if you have done that, that's a successful define phase. And along this process, we learn these tools such as process mapping, value stream mapping, fishbone diagram, problem statement, and key outcome variables, key input variables, KOVs and KIVs we'll learn. And then lastly, we will be able to draw to-be chart and timeline and SMART goal. SMART goal is a specific, measurable, attainable, and what is R? And time-bound goals. I forgot about R. SMART goals. And on the define phase, we have done all the definition. And then on the measure phase, you now need to measure important variables, important outcome variables and input variables. And those are, for example, the quality of the products, how many defects you have, how much satisfaction you have from your customers. Those are the effects of the process. So the outcome of that. Another thing is in trucking business is the time, right? The time, how the on-time delivery, how often it happens, how many minutes or hours or days are being delayed. Those are very good outcome measures. And we also need to look at independent variables that affect outcome variables. That's factors. So f of x, what is the function of y? What are the factors for y that have to be defined? One example would be in GPA, right? When you achieve your grade point average, what is the function that defines it? One might say it's a number of hours that I study, or one might say it's a quality of professor. I don't like that professor, so that's why I have very poor grade. Or one might say, it's just tough subject. I took engineering class. It was really tough. So what are the factors that are relevant to your process that you have to determine? So cause, problem, process, and control and other factors are going to come in, and you are going to look at this with this binocular. You want to zoom in or sometimes zoom out and try to discover what is this output and input variables that you will do in measure phases. Once you define that, find those variables, now you have to collect them, right? For example, I want to find out about the on-time delivery of my trucking business. Then you will need to measure those on-time delivery. So how many times do our truckers deliver products to our customers on time? If they are late, how many minutes, how many hours, how many days, and who were they? Was it James? Was it Ryan? Who were they? Is it related to the person, the trucker, or was it related to the truck itself? truck was not ready and it break down all the time, flat tire and all that happens because of that. It happens. So that's the trucking would be f of x. So the truck's condition or the driver's status or the road and weather, right? Or you could say season. During the summer we had a lot of business, but in the winter we didn't have as much business. It could be season. So we are going to find out this f of x and then tabulate that and collect the data. And that's very important in measure phase so that you can come up with a meaningful analysis later. And we have process parameters, and that comes to the output. And process can be defined by many things, such as materials, measurement methods, machine, and people. And we cannot measure everything, so you have to determine which is really critical. So you want to choose the critical thing, like truckers in the people's case. Machines case is that truck itself. And methods, is it driving or is it a routing problem? For example, you have too many stops on the way, that's why it is happening, or you are combining with other services, other product, that's why it is happening. So methods would be another issue that you want to measure. Or material, the product itself might be causing problem. For example, say material issue, you can say that huge steel, right? Steel rolls, you can deliver them to the customers. In that case, it's heavier and it's more. It takes more time, and so depending on what kind of product you are carrying, that might determine the speed of on-time delivery. So you want to look at those things and define that in this equation and measure them and collect the data and test them using analytics methods that you have learned so far. And then analyze phase. In this phase, if you collected the good data, I would say analyze phase comes easier than the other phases. I would say define phase is the most important one, but ignore the one. Measure phase is very tough one, and as a result, the students are very challenged to collect the data. And analyze students are scared of this analyze phase because they have to use quantitative method. But in my opinion, analyze phase is the easiest part of the make phase. And if you have any questions, I am willing to help you out and consult you. So let's work together regarding analyze phase. So we are going to use many analytical methods that we can apply in this analyze phase. And then we are going to go to improve phase. Now that you know all the problems and measure it and analyze that, what can you do to improve that problem? So it turned out that the problem was routing problem, the trucking issue. We had too many stops. We are relying on just one few or a few trucks and let them make drop by many other stops and deliver and unload, and that causes delays of our trucking issues. Then what should we do? We need to seriously consider eliminating stops and consolidating our customers. That needs to be done. Another improvement might be increasing the number of truckers or trucks, which is very costly. So you have to weigh in the cost and benefits of your recommendations. It has to be justifiable. So here comes the importance of break-even analysis. How much would it cost for you to implement this recommendation that you have to discuss in this improvement phase? So we call it reality check. You have very good idea, but it's out of our reach. It's not feasible. We cannot do it. That's not a good improvement suggestion. You want to come up with feasible and doable improvement suggestion. And lastly, once you implemented your recommendation, how are you going to maintain that improvement? How are you going to control it or continue to improve that recommendation? That is another subject of control. So statistical process control chart is a good thing. Quality control is another one. So, or you can make a policy to control and maintain your implementation. So that's going to be dealt with it under control phase. If you do all that, then now you will be able to present this kind of poster, which shows everything that you have done. Define phase and as is process. Here's a define problem and what the current status is. And then this is a current as is process. And this is what they did and measurement and analysis they did. And then this is project implementation schedule. What they don't have is recommendations. So anyway, you can summarize everything in one big poster and then submit that and present that. So that's what we have done. Define, measure, and analyze, improve, and control phase. And if you look at the syllabus, it is due at the end of the semester. And I also gave you term project process presentation in the middle of the semester. So that we need to control together. Here is project examples. One group, this happened before COVID-19, so I'm not so sure how feasible it is, and we need to discuss what business you can really work on. So JCPenney runner service. So they wanted to see, because so many customers are taking their clothes inside of the fitting room, and they leave their clothes there, and as a result, the shelves are empty, or customers cannot find the right size of the clothes. So they wanted to experiment whether hiring a runner will solve the issue. So the team did a project on JCPenney runner service. And ShopRite layout and kiosk consideration. One group did by implementing kiosk in ShopRite, we should be able to improve the process. And they worked on Glassboro ShopRite. And emerging real estate scheduling process was done, and Lycio's business process. Those are examples. And I can also share other examples with you on Canvas so that you will see what kind of things that you need to do for a term project. Techno mini presentation. Here we have, you will determine cutting edge technology that is disrupting the industry. For example, 3D printing is a good topic because it is disrupting the entire supply chain these days. It's called additive manufacturing, and it is disrupting the supply chain industry because all you need is 3D printer and blueprint. Then you don't have to go to other countries to produce it. So you will need to, as a group, you will need to choose a technology that will disrupt and that is disrupting the industry and make a presentation on it. And so the technology is up to you that you are going to choose. And another option during the COVID-19 is that we have been using grocery deliveries. Before, we have never used that, but due to COVID-19 fear, my wife decided to order online and have the person to deliver that to us. Instacart, right? That's Instacart, and we have been using that. So how does that work? How is it disrupting the industry? That can be another topic. So as a group, you will choose technology that is interrupting the processes in the in business and prepare and present that to the class together. Class participation, I welcome your questions and discussions and sharing your experiences with us. And here's the participation rubrics. I would encourage you to listen well and ask good questions. Okay, here is the schedule. So today I am giving you a course introduction, and we have Labor Day, so that's a holiday, and enjoy and celebrate labor. And we will cover Chapter 1, Principles of Six Sigma, on September 9th. And then I'm going to spend 3 weeks for Define phase, and then 2 weeks for Measure phase, and 2 weeks for Analyze phase, and 1 week for Improvement and Control phase. We have project proposal presentation on the week 7, October 12th and 14th. So by the time your group should be ready to choose a topic and present that. And then at the end, we are going to spend project presentation. It's December 2nd to 9th, and the final exam at the end. And we have Techno minutes presentation that's usually on Wednesday. So starting from September 16th, we'll go every week, and that's going to be done by the time. And here is the schedule for that. So I don't want you to just go and present. I want you to meet with me 1 week ahead of the time. So I want you to choose the time and sign up, and then discuss with me September 9th. So discuss your time that is available. It would be good if we can discuss right after the class, or we can find some other time to discuss that. And when you are coming to me, I want you to have a draft PowerPoint slides and your discussion questions with me, so that the discussion with me and meeting with me will be efficient. So find your team members and then do the work together. Okay, so far, any question? I will leave open this time for question and answers. Anybody?
We get to pick our own partners for this Techno Minute presentation, correct?
Yeah. So what happens is that you choose your own partners. Up to 4 students. Of the 4 students, you choose your own partners, and you are going to work as a group for your Techno Minute and term project. Those are 2 things that you are going to work together, and it's going to be teamwork heavy, and there will be only one submission for those teamwork.
And when do you want us to have this by, like our group? Like what day would you want us to finalize a group?
So if you look at the schedule, it starts from September 16th. I'm hoping that there will be early birds who wants to get things done early and receive a personal guidance from me. Early birds always have advantage because they will receive a lot of attention from the instructor. So I encourage you, if you decide to go early, you can sign up for that. And the spot will be served on the basis of first come, first served. So you pick it and say, I did not pick up any group, okay? Then the latest time you will come up with is, I think, week 6 because you have to make a presentation on the week of 7 at the time this project proposal has to be made on week 7. So at the latest time you pick your group should be at week 6.
Sounds good.
Okay.
When you choose your group, do you want us to send you an email with the names of our team members?
Yeah. So I would like to. I prefer managing all the class related materials on the on Canvas. So let me make a discussion board where you can post your team members and declare that, oh yeah, I'm gonna be with someone, these 3 students and their names and their topic, and you can just write it up. And there, every student can see, oh yeah, Techno Minute 1 is taken, Techno Minute 2 is taken. They can all see it. In terms of topic, I don't want to see duplicated topic. So say I want to work on 3D printing, and that's my topic, and I am Techno Minute 1 group, case 1 group. Then that topic is declared and taken, and other students cannot take that topic. And I encourage you, so first form a group and choose your order of the group, order of presentation. I want to be a team 1, team 2 that you can do. And the second of all, after doing that, you can discuss with me whether this topic is good or not. For example, I don't want you to deal with outdated topic or too trivial. The matter is too trivial in my opinion. Then I don't want you to work on that. So please get approval from me in terms of your topic. Another student group last year, what they did was automation, because automation or artificial intelligence is so prevalent these days. For example, I think Karina is very well aware. Autonomous drivers or trucking can take place in the near future, and how would that disrupt logistics industry? That can be a topic that you can also delve into. Or you guys can also work on, this, we say untagged, right? It's not contact, but untagged. We are not supposed to meet together with people. How does that disrupt supply chain industry or management industry? That you can also talk about. So if you don't have many ideas, I can make some suggestions to you. Just form a group and approach me as a group and meet with me, then I will guide you guys. Does it answer my question regarding Techno Minute presentation? Okay, so exam, let me talk about exam. Exam 1 and 2 are take-home exams, and they are time-consuming. And because we are going to do define phase to measure phase all over in this exam. So, and this is an individual exam usually. And final exam is going to be team. Oh, no. Actually, I think exam 1 is going to be the team exam. Exam 2 is going to be individual exam. I'm going to give you a case for exam 1 and select one group to go for case competition later.
We have to do that introduction discussion by a certain time.
Yeah, so let me give you time. Yeah, introduction I have. So it's not graded. I made a introduction. Introduce yourself to the class. So I would, that would be appreciated because we don't have physical interaction with each other. We don't know who you are. So if you just post interesting things about you, that'll be great. Also,
Okay,
I made this, this fill out the form for you, so you can go to now Canvas and download this and fill out and submit it. So I'm going to give you about 5 to 10 minutes to do so. So go to Canvas under assignment. It's not mandatory, but that will be helpful for me to know who you are. So go there and then fill this form out. So go to Canvas, under assignment, you will see a course survey. And there is a Word document, and you can fill it out right now and upload it yourself. So let me give you, so 10:45. By 10:45, you can submit. If you need help in finding your own group members, let me know. I am willing to help you. So sometimes, you don't know other students. So it's very important for you to introduce yourself on Canvas. There's a discussion board. And if you do that, I think students have some ideas who you are. And also, I can help you to match you with other team members. Liv, are we supposed to meet until 10:45? So therefore, we are done by now? Oh, I see. Oh, wow, I got confused. So, okay. Again, thank you for joining us, and I really enjoyed having you. And in the future, I hope to see all of your face. If it's okay, turn your video on so that I can see you on video. And please, I will make a discussion board. I know one group is already formed, but I will make a discussion board on Canvas. There, you pick your partners and your topic. And I encourage you to contact me and talk with me about that so that I can approve your topic. And we will see you next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, not this Monday. And have a great Labor Day, and see you next Monday, okay? If you have any question, let me know. I will stay remaining. Okay, Dylan.
Have a good one.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I don't have a question. I was just saying.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Professor, quick question.
Okay.
How many people do we need in the group?
4.
4? Okay, I figured. All right, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good day.
You too.
I know that I don't have any questions. You just want us to finish that survey and submit it, correct?
Yes, you can submit that. And do you have your group member? Do you have any friends here?
Yeah, so I was just talking to my group member or group kids from another class. I think I have Kurt Russell, Kyle Stone, and Tyler Piankowski, who I was planning on working with.
Oh, I see. So I'll make a Canvas discussion group right now. So why don't you go and write it down, and also pick up your topic and your presentation order.
I've just been blacking out a lot. Pick a topic. All right, sounds good.
Okay.
All right, thank you.